SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 12 in college football, and we're talking right now with Steve from CollegeFootballWinning.com, who has an amazing win rate this year of over 70% in his premium picks at his site. Steve, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having me back, Peter.
Very impressive. All right, give a plug for CollegeFootballWinning.com. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Thank you, Peter. Yes, just a small, almost splitting hairs, but a small difference in what you said that because you mentioned premium picks. We're a company that is founded on making betting recommendations algorithmically. We don't make 100% of our recommendations algorithmically, but the majority of them are algorithmic betting selections. This year, in those algorithmic betting selections, the ones that we call formula picks, they're winning at a rate of 71.11% against the spread. That's our greatest. We've never been here through week 11. It's our greatest season so far. So if people want to join us, we hope they do. And we have been getting a number of people coming from SBR. Please put in coupon code SBR20 and you'll get 20% off of any membership that we're offering for the rest of the season.
All right, sounds good, Steve. The second game that you're going to discuss with us this week, which you requested, Indiana at Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is 22.5, 23, or 23.5 point home favorite. All those lines are widely available at the moment. Total 69.5 or 70. And, you know, we know the deal with this game. Basically, Wisconsin, big edge, very tough to come into Camp Randall and get a win. Wisconsin traditionally blows out Indiana. Indiana this year may be a little bit better than past versions of Indiana. But, you know, first glance, I'm thinking that, the line's getting up there. But if I had to make a play, it would be on Wisconsin. Then again, though, Indiana did go into Michigan State. They lost by just 14 there. So they can play competitively with good teams on the road. But I'm going to guess you like Wisconsin minus 22.5.
It's a good guess, and you're right.
Okay.
And it seems like we're on the square plays this week. But, hey, as you and I have said for years, sometimes that square pick is the right play.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, we think right now this looks like an example of that. So, third year head coach Kevin Wilson at Indiana, he is a miserable 28.57% against the spread in away games. That's just terrible. And you know the deal with Wisconsin, as you said, this is, I think, sort of flying under the radar a little bit since I don't hear too many people talking about it. Wisconsin is the best against the spread team in the country for 2013. And they have, not only do they have a history of winning at Camp Randall, so winning at home, but I mean, these guys are great everywhere against the spread this year. So here we are with first-year head coach Gary Anderson, who's just done a phenomenal job with these guys, not only on the field, but also, here in the sports books against the spread. Wisconsin is 63.16% against the spread at home the last 11 years as favorites of greater than 3 touchdowns, which is where they are here. Now, Indiana looks like they're going to be without their number one running back, who is a stud, Tevin Coleman. Guys accounted for more than 53% of their rushing yards so far this year. It looks like there's a 70% chance of rain in Madison on Saturday, so you know how important that ground game would be. It's important anyway in the Big Ten and with Wisconsin, but even more so in the rain. To beat Wisconsin against the spread, you got to hold them under 200 rushing yards. Those guys are just 2-5-1 against the spread the last 2 years when they are held under 200 rushing yards. That's only happened once so far in 2013, and that was an away game, of course. It was against Ohio State, and that was their one against the spread push this year. Now for Indiana, 3 of their 5 Big Ten opponents have rushed for more than 200 yards. 2 of those 3 were in away games, and Indiana, by the way, is ranked 109th in rushing defense versus the FBS. In Wisconsin, it's going to come as no surprise to anybody. They're the best rushing offense in the Big Ten. They average 6.33 yards per carry. That's number 3 in the FBS. That's versus FBS competition. Indiana, they need to win 2 of their last 3 games to ensure bowl eligibility. And Ohio State is after Wisconsin for them, and then they get Purdue. So you say, okay, good chance they're going to beat Purdue, but they have to beat one of these teams, either Wisconsin or Ohio State. So I think psychologically, after Indiana realizes that they are just simply not going to get the win against Wisconsin, right, I think they are going to be disheartened. And I think after Wisconsin goes up pretty big, I think the Indiana guys are going to know this loss is a foregone conclusion. Wisconsin has allowed just 3 touchdowns at home in 2013. As long as it's under -24, my lean would still be to Wisconsin.
22.5 is still widely available.